Hey treasures, welcome back to my channel. So, I had just gone back from getting a tattoo and I decided that I'm going to probably do a tattoo video, piercings video, and that's probably going to be up by like next week or something. So definitely like this video for me to do a tattoo video. I'm going to be telling you guys something that recently came to me, and it was because I went on a date on Tuesday. And yes, it had been a long time. But anyways, I went on a date last Tuesday, so by the time you're watching this, it'll be the Tuesday previous to the one that you're gonna see this coming up, if that makes sense. No? Okay. So I went on a date on Tuesday and I was thinking and I was like, oh my god, this is like kind of like a weird date, and not in the sense that like we did something weird or like he was weird, but just like I think me and him were both like really nervous because we were both really attracted to each other and we wanted to make like a good impression, and so we were acting like not completely like ourselves, and I never do that, but I just thought he was so cute. But maybe I'll tell a story time about him. I don't really know yet, but we'll see. Anyways, so I started thinking about like my weirdest date ever, and that's what today's video is going to be about. So if you want to learn about the weirdest date ever, then let's continue. This happened, I would say about, probably like the summer, like just before COVID ever even happened. So you guys can do the math because I'm not good. Probably before COVID even happened. And I was on Tinder. No, that's a lie. That's a lie because I was in a relationship then. So before that, the summer before, 2 summers before COVID happened. There we go. So yeah, I was on Tinder, and no, that's a lie too. No, I think this is correct. Okay. Let's hope this is correct. Anyways, it doesn't really matter where and when it was because whatever. Yes. So I was on the magical, beautiful app of Tinder. Please notice the sarcasm in my voice. And it just so happened that I matched with this guy, and I had matched with him previously before. And this guy, we're gonna call him in this video Nonsense, because this was absolute nonsense. So anyways, this is not alcohol, by the way. Me and Nonsense actually ended up going to high school together, and I always thought he was like kind of cute in high school, whatever, but we did not speak. We had a class together at one point, but like we absolutely did not speak. I knew about him because obviously he was in my class and I thought he was kind of cute, but also like my friends had like gone to elementary school with him and like dated him and all that stuff, so like I knew of him. Okay, back in high school he had like this rumor going around, and he pretty much got with this girl that was, don't ask me how I know this information because the story will be like super long, but he got with this girl that he thought was really hot, and she was like hands down like one of the prettiest girls in high school. And he got with this girl, and he had been like liking her for a little bit, whatever. He ended up getting with her, and like that became his girlfriend. And then my friend, him and stuff like that, and went to school with him and like even dated him in elementary school, ended up hooking up with him, and so he cheated on the girl of his dreams to be with his ex pretty much, and they didn't even like date after that or anything like that. And like my friend was kind of known for doing shady shit like that. So yeah, that was the story with that whole thing in high school. Anyways, let's fast forward to us being adults and out of high school, and we ended up matching, and we had made plans, I believe, to go on a date at this point in time, and it never went through. And eventually I just don't deal with shit like that. Like if you make a plan with me and then you just all of a sudden like stop talking to me for like a couple days, like whenever our date is like the day of, and you stop talking to me all of a sudden, I will literally just be like, fuck this, like bye, on to the next. So I was like, okay, you stop talking to me and our date is tomorrow, like fuck this. But then you would like look at all my snaps, like what? So I was like, no, bye. And so I did him off Snapchat, but he still had my number. And around like 6 months later, it was like Christmas time, and I'm with like my cousins and stuff like that, and he ends up calling me And I was like, hello? And I'm just like confused because I don't put anyone's number in my phone. So I didn't have his number. And I'm like, who is this? And he tells me who it is. And he's like, I just want to tell you about, I don't even know, but he's pretty much just trying to tell me, he calls me to tell me that he had an epiphany about life. And I was like, honey, like, are you on drugs? Happened, whatever. I hung up because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I think this kid's on drugs, whatever. Let's fast forward a couple years later from that situation. So I'm on Tinder again and I see him and I'm like, okay, he's still cute. Let's match. Let's see like if this time he's not a pussy and will actually meet up with me, especially since he knows that we went to like high school together. Like, I don't really get the point of ditching me in the first place. Like, why would you ditch this? You know? So we ended up matching, whatever. We ended up exchanging, I think, our numbers again and Snapchat. And so we're talking on Snapchat pretty much most of the time. And he asks me to go on a date. And I'm like, okay. So I was actually out with my mom on this day. And so he's like, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? Because like I'm out eating with my mom right now. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going on a trip. And I forgot where he was going, to be perfectly honest with you. But he's like, I have to go on a trip, whatever, and I need close to the trip. So if you want to come with me and do that, and then we can figure something else out after. And I was like, okay. Because honestly, I'm like a super chill person when it comes to like doing things that like don't seem like that much fun. Because I think like if you're with the right person, then like it doesn't really matter because you're gonna have a good time because like you're with like someone that's cool and like chill, you know? You could be doing like the most mundane thing and it will be fun. So I said, yeah, sure, like I'll go with you. So he ends up picking me up, whatever, and then like we're chit-chatting, whatever, in the car, and then he takes us to the mall. And so we're at the mall and he's like, I'm asking him like what he wants to get, and he's telling me that he needs to get like some shorts and like, I don't know, like those like typical like vacation shirts and stuff. And so we are looking for those and stuff like that, and I'm like telling him like, yes, that's cute, no, that's not, whatever. And I'm pretty much like acting like this isn't even a date because to me it's not a date. Like it's our first hangout and yeah, it's not completely platonic, but like, you know. And anyway, so we ended up like just driving around and like we're talking. Did we end up going to the beach? I think we ended up going to the beach and then we stayed there for like a little bit and then we went back and we were just driving around and we're talking. And he's like, oh, do you want to come back to my house? And I was like, no, like maybe like the next time, but like I don't want to go to the like your house, like I don't know you like that, pretty much, or whatever. I guess I just didn't want him to like expect anything, whatever. So he ends up like taking me home and he's like, oh, I hope to see you again, like I had like a really nice time. And I was like, yeah, like it was fine. And so then he drops me off or whatever, and then he texts me pretty much like right away and like tells me like he likes me or whatever, or he had like a good time. And so we say like texting whatever like the past couple days, okay? And at one point, like I would say probably like 3 days, 4 days later, like I'm trying to like make new plans with him before he goes on his trip, and he really isn't like committing to anything. He was like, okay, yeah, let's hang out this day, and then like the day will like come up, or like it's like the night before, and he's like, okay, so I have to go do this, like can we make it another day type of thing. And I'm just like, okay, listen, like if you don't want to hang out, please let me know, because I can literally find anyone to hang out with. Like it's not that big of like a stretch for me to go and just find someone else. Like I don't know, like with all these guys that like I deal with, for some reason like they're like scared to meet me. I don't know why at all, but like they're like scared to meet me, and then they literally will like beg me to hang out with them for like months on end, and then they'll like ditch me like the day of, and then they'll beg me again. Like I just don't understand. Like please, if there is a guy watching, please put in the comments down below like, why do you guys do this? Like I don't understand. What the fuck is the point of wasting each other's time? Like I don't get it. I digress. So he keeps like bailing on me pretty much, and so then eventually like he just stops replying to like my snaps. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna beg. Like I definitely like, if you don't want to talk to me, you're not gonna talk to me. That's just how I think. So I'm not gonna double message you, like especially at Snapchat. I know you read it, like, so I'm just going on, like I don't really care. I mean, like I'm annoyed, but that's like as far as it went. And so every single time I'm noticing like when I would like post a snap or something, Like, he's looking at it, and I'm like, okay, so you're ignoring me, but then, like, you're looking at my snap. Like, make it make sense. And so eventually when I was like, okay, he's straight up ignoring me and it's really pissing me off, I honestly just deleted him from Snapchat, and I was like, screw this situation, I'm done. And till this day on, I still have not talked to him. I honestly think, like, if I was to see him on Tinder again, I honestly would match with him and, like, see if he would match with me to see, like, what he would say. Because, like, for some reason, like, they will do that too. Like, a guy will literally always match with me after they did that to me and I cut them off. Like, and I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Why do you guys do this? I literally need to, like, get with, like, I need to, like, become friends with, like, a hot guy on Tinder, a hot guy on Tinder, and ask him to, like, join me in a video so I can ask these mother freaking questions that, like, why do Tinder guys do this? Because I really wish I could know. That would be, like, an interesting video. If you're a hot guy and you're on Tinder, get at me. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know, what is your weirdest date? I know this wasn't, like, weird, like, the guy was weird and he was, like, a creeper or, like, a psychopath, but, like, it was, like, weird as in, like, this wasn't even a date. Can I even count it as a date? And also, let's have a conversation in, like, the comments. Why the hell do guys beg you to hang out and then they ditch you the day of? Like, what is the point? Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next